Greetings, this is Beyond Aliens and the Occult, V, as you can call me. I wanted to talk about subject today, topic, synchronicity, everything in between uh, life and death, and deep subjects, spirituality, consciousness, and all of that. Well, synchronicity, I'm going to start with synchronicity because it's one of my main favorite topics, how everything is connected through a pattern in the universe, numbers, and, theaters that connect people that you don't know are connected. And one example is one of my exes. I've actually known her, I think we met the first time, like it must have been 15 or more years, probably 15 or 16 years ago, because she told me her cats are 15 years old now. And I remember her getting them when we were together. So it's more than 15 years ago that I actually knew this person. And a few days ago, she actually wrote to me on Messenger on my Facebook. And we haven't been in contact for like 10 years. And we grew apart, and things happened, and we lived our own lives. She moved to Germany and continued her dreams and her life, and because she had, the dream to move to Germany, and we broke up eventually 10 years ago, and more than 10 years ago, I believe. And I continued my own life here in Sweden, and I eventually met my ex-wife, and we got married within a few years, and we got a daughter, and now we're divorced. And the fascinating thing with all of this is how both me and this ex of mine that moved to Germany and is now moving in Sweden again. Uh, she developed, like I did, the same kind of epiphanies, the same kind of realizations about reality, existence, the universe, and I did the same thing on another side of the world, and we both drew the same conclusions, and we both, came to the conclusion that we're living in a simulated reality, and probably some kind of metaphysical properties to it, but we have the same outlooks, and we had even the same favorite shows. We talked about the show Dark, that's about quantum entanglement, multiverses, Mandela effects, and all of that. And we had even the same favorite shows. We watched the same things. We came to the same conclusions. We have had the same revelations. And we haven't even been talking with each other for over 10 years, or 9 years, or at least, or more. And we somehow managed to develop the same without having each other in our lives or talking to each other. It's completely baffling, to put it that way, because it really proves that if you're connected to somebody, you've been connected to someone at one point with a deep connection to somebody you loved, and even if you separate and move different locations and you don't talk to each other, you're always connected somehow through this very energy and connection made when you got to know that person and became one at one point. And it will stay there, and it will keep developing that person in a similar pattern. It's amazing. And then I'm still talking to my ex from Germany today, and we are. It's amazing how much in common we still have without even being in each other's lives for that long time. So we are taking up for a last time, talking about things, and it's incredible actually, the synchronicity between us. It's so incredible because if she didn't go to Germany, I wouldn't have my daughter today. And she wouldn't have her daughter, because she also got a daughter at one point later in life, but she's also became a mother. So we have developed almost the same, and we both became parents Incredible, incredible synchronicity. It's just incredible how it works with synchronicity, this pattern, how it all connects us, and how we are all, connected through this uh, phenomenon that literally creates, like a manuscript for us, and we have like different paths to choose in life, but every path aligns and intertwines at a certain point. So it's like a grid, different grid, with different. You have like if you make a comparison to a maze, it's every maze has a corridor, but at one point it aligns and intertwines into the set purpose from the beginning. So it's like in a way you don't have free will. We have only the free will to choose, but every path will eventually lead to your purpose, your set course, your set purpose, and there's no way to change it or to go against it. It's how it works. You will eventually be set on that path and that alignment, whether you like it or not. So that's how it works with synchronicity. You have had a set purpose from the very beginning. You were made and created in this reality. The moment your consciousness started understanding you are alive and exist here in a human form, having this experience, you're on a set path to a certain destiny, certain, certain, a certain goal, to put it that way. And it's made so obvious to me with her and me, and when we started talking again after a decade of not talking to each other, it's incredible. And one of the reasons, if you have seen also my recent videos here, I'm practicing with the mind on, uh, I'm practicing on elements like water and fire, and I'm doing this because, well, I have understood the properties of this reality and how it manifests and responds to our consciousness, how light creates matter and how it affects matter. It's even been proven scientifically by science now that light can create matter out of nothing. But still people doubt all of this. Ironically, people still doubt psychic powers and moving objects with your mind and affecting. For some weird reason, people still find it like, I don't believe that. It's just trickery, it's bullshit, but they can still believe in aliens and gods, religion. They believe, like, some people are like, they believe in literal, Christianity and religion, like the text, like Moses split the water, and see the sea, all of that. A lot of people believe in those literal accounts in religion, but can't even believe in, uh, somebody affecting the water with their consciousness, making ripples and stuff. So I noticed people unsubscribe me after posting these videos. So I guess it's offensive to some people. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't want to even speculate who unsubscribed. It doesn't even matter to me who unsubscribes me. I don't care who subscribes or unsubscribes. I'm doing this to spread truth and enlightenment, and some truths are not for everybody. Basically, the NPCs don't understand anything of these topics anyway, and they will always ridicule or just don't find it truthful. So I don't care really who unsubscribes me. The thing is, I will continue doing this and uh, make people understand how you can affect reality with your mind. And ye of little faith, people, ye of little faith. Faith is everything in this reality. You believe in yourself. If you believe in others and you give away your power, then, well, yeah. If it makes you feel good and secure in life, well, it's up to you what you believe in. But I personally do not believe in, I do not give away my divine power, my divine spark and source inside me to another being or egregore that is pretending to be divinity, but is actually just something that's feeding on your divine light. I do not do that. So I do not call upon any savior to save me from my paranormal experiences and experiences with metaphysical and interdimensional beings. I am the light. I am the savior. I am the one that will save myself. I am the one who is the bringer of light here. So that's how I see it. And I've actually, I haven't mentioned it much, but I do not experience attacks the way some people think that I'm being targeted, attacked, and in negative ways. That I, I do not experience hauntings in that sense I've had before. No paranormal, like when you get sleep paralysis, it all stops to me. Most of my like paranormal photos of beings are usually, they are trying to hide themselves. They are trying to make themselves so impossible to detect on my photos, but I find them because I have like eagle eyes and can see if they're trying to hide. It's like they do not make themselves obviously known because it's they think they can hide on the photos that I won't spot them, like 100 meters away somewhere, but I spot them. So uh, it's not I'm being haunted, they have no power over me anymore. I've been I've been awakening and reawakening myself and remaking myself for so many years, and I've become balanced, a balanced person. I've awakened my true, or to put it that way, my true self, in that sense, the balanced one, which we are meant to become. A lot of people don't understand, for example, what Christ consciousness means, and the being, and you're basically meant to become Christ on earth. You're meant to become the balance of all forces in creation, because that's what it means to be Christ. If you even have a slightest clue about what it means, the esoteric meaning of Christ, it represents the union of all forces, light, darkness, the feminine, the masculine, the spiritual, the primal, and earthly, and that's the actual mystical interpretation of it, of Christ. And the same Christ, and ironically, you guys who are religious have no idea about anything about your teachings or religions, because you're NPCs that just follow blindly, and the literal, you take your religion literal, like you don't see that it's just metaphors and parallels. So that's why most people give away their power and become trapped, here. And for example, Christians do not follow the teachings of Christ. They follow the teachings of Jehovah. They follow the teachings of the demiurge, and the demiurge is the actual Satan you fear so much in religion. This actual Satan is your God in your religion. It's not Christ. You're not following Christ. You're following Satan, because that entity, that I call it entity, but it's actually just an egregore that's gone haywire in this reality. It's like a corruption in the simulation, basically, malfunctioning that's become. It believes it's the god of the simulation of the matrix, but it's just a corruption, and people follow it, and they are misled into servitude of this entity, and they believe they are followers of Christ and all of that, but they are following the demiurge. So Christianity is a false light that leads people into serving corrupted oracle, basically. And I know I'm offending a lot of people now that watch this, but I'm not a Christian because, I'm not a sheep. I do not follow false light and false gods that enslave humanity. So I'm not giving away my light to something else. I am becoming the light. I am the light. I am the way. And what I wanted to say, I have nothing against Christ at all, because, well, I'm symbolized Christ, to be honest. The balance, the duality. I've always been androgynous, for example, and Christ symbolizes androgyny too, which means balance. Balance. That's what androgyny means. It means balance between all aspects of creation, the feminine, the masculine, and so on. So, and that's also what Lucifer means, by the way. Means bringer of light bringer, and it's being of light, and well, it's being so connected by many different people these days that actually study religion and scriptures and all of these teachings, because most people don't give a damn about that. They just believe something, and then they think they know what the text actually means, and preach and just spread, like an NPC, just repeating a sentence, and that they have no idea how it originated. It's a pre-Christian origin, and where it actually came from the beginning. So they are very uninformed, and to put it that way. But from the beginning, Christ symbolizes the balance of all creation. But yeah, people don't know anything because they don't read. You don't read. You don't care to know the truth either, because you have cognitive dissonance. And all of these aspects, they are actually just aspects in ourselves. So they are not gods above us or below us. They're just aspects, to put it that way, of the human soul consciousness. But everyone is allowed to believe what they want. Of course, if you want to believe in God and all of that, is up to you. If you want to be trapped here forever and keep reincarnating and become a prisoner to this matrix, it's all up to you. Not my problem, and it's not up to me to save you or try to change your mind. If you want to keep coming back here forever, being trapped in this hellish dystopian world, sure, it's all up to you. But hopefully this Kali Yuga we're living in at the moment, because if you know about the Kali Yuga, we're actually living in the closest things to the Kali Yuga at the moment. It will change and become something better with time. The more people awaken their own divinity and makes the connection to oneness, understanding that we're all connected, one bigger light, or one bigger source in that sense, and become balanced, we will never go beyond this dark era, to put it that way. We will never go beyond it. So, and even the most indoctrinated and asleep NPCs in this reality, they will be forced to open up their eyes and remove the blindfolds in the coming years that are about to come. Because reality will change, and it will keep becoming so blatant to everyone that we're living in a metaphysical simulation that is conscious driven, that there won't be any way for the most asleep, skeptic, deluded NPC sheep to keep denying what's happening in this reality, but you will be forced to open up your eyes and see reality for what it is. There will be so many unexplained things happening, so many things that you can't explain, that even the media and the government and everything won't be able to cover up, and there will happen things that are connected to to divine, to put it that way, the interpretations of divine, there will happen so many things. You will see so many weird, unexplained glitches and phenomena occur the coming decades, that there won't be a single person left on this planet that will be able to just shut their eyes to what's going on. Your simple mundane life, you won't be able to go back to it. You will be forced to awaken, because you can't stop this that's happening now. You will be forced. There is no way you can escape this, unfortunately. No matter how asleep you want to stay, how indoctrinated in your simple materialistic life, you will never escape this, because everything that's happening has been structured and meant and planned to happen for so many different parallel timelines, past, present, future. It's all been orchestrated to happen. It's following a plan. That's why synchronicity exists. And you will be forced to witness it happen before your very eyes. So I'm just trying to prepare people. I'm not trying to scare you or undermine people. I'm just trying to, because I've seen a lot of things that will happen in my dreams, because the dreams allow you to perceive time and present and future simultaneously play out. So I've always been able to predict the future. I saw my own daughter's existence when I was 16. I dreamt about her. I knew who she was. The moment she was born, I knew who that person was in the dream, and I connected the dots. I've seen my ex-wife in my dreams too, before I met her. I've seen a lot of things that will happen with this planet. And a lot of things have actually happened. So I'm pretty certain, a lot of people think I'm just psychotic and have psychosis. I don't care, to be honest. I don't give a fuck. You're allowed to think what you want about me and make up your own opinions. And I'm even certain that people that think I'm crazy don't even have the attention span to listen any more than 20 seconds on this video. So I don't think they're actually listening to this. But anyway, yes, evolution will happen, and the future will keep realigning itself to its purpose, its supposed course to put it that way, its script, So I'm just observing at the moment and seeing the patterns, the synchronicity, and watching. I'm hoping it doesn't get too corrupted and weird and set of course, of course, so that the universe, we don't get derailed by forces that do not want to see humanity's growth, So, well, yeah, believe what you want. You're free to believe what you want, but I'm gonna keep working on my consciousness and protecting myself against evil forces that do not want our best. And that's why one of the reasons why I'm practicing on the affecting matter with my mind, because it allows me to protect myself against these entities, because there's nothing you can do with a gun, nothing you can do with a punch, a knife, or anything physical against beings that are non-corporeal thought forms. You cannot affect them in any way or shape with that. There's nothing you can do with a gun against them. But, like in Stranger Things, yes, with 11, with your mind and your consciousness, you can actually disperse and remove these entities. Because when you know how to affect reality with your mind, your consciousness, you can remove the entities and destroy them that are made of thought forms and thought. So that's why I'm practicing on my videos, making a fool of myself with the water and all of that. To be prepared. Because we have creatures, we have entities that are non-physical or non-corporeal beings that are constantly entering here in this reality that shouldn't be here. And there's no way to stop them more than with your mind at the moment. So that's what I wanted to say in this video, and I know I've offended a lot of people probably, and get a lot of unsubscribers on this channel that are, if you're religious and all of that, and it's not like I have many subscribers anyway, but the people that understand my viewpoints and are open-minded and truly awake will probably find this information useful or agree with it, because most people already know this. But I just wanted to make a video where I'm not doing this practice with water and fire that I've been uploading the past weeks. I will also share some photos of paranormal stuff. Photos I've taken in these videos. You can, if you noticed already, most of them appear when I'm taking photos and selfies, and they're always hiding somewhere from some angle. You know, they look even, you know, like they're afraid or paranoid that I'm discovering them, because, well, they do not have the ability to affect me anymore, and they know I'm becoming powerful. So that's why they look like they look like. Yeah, this was Beyond Aliens and the Cult, and thanks for listening.